Good morning. Today we are playing, well I am playing with some Mintay paper. Golden Days is one of the new collections. And I showed you this after, I think it was my cherry on top haul. And anyhow, I'm using this paper as my frame and then the cork on top of it, which I think looks awesome. But this was too pretty not to cut out the middle. So I'm doing that. And I'm going to be using these letters from EK Success and I was going to say EK Excess. EK Success, and I don't even know where I bought them, but they are way cool. And so anyhow, I am going to be scrapbooking some foxes that one day, this was when they left. This is the last day I seen them. But I went out to take pictures of the garden because I always do. And anyway, I was taking pictures of the garden. I actually had the tripod out there and everything because it was back before I had a phone that I actually took pictures with. And anyway, the little fox popped its head out. And so here, that is, I think I have, this one's just a little bit closer, so I'm not going to use this one. And then he popped his head out a little bit more. This one I made a little bigger. And then totally came out. So it's like, and I was like, by the time that he was out, I was 3 feet away from him. I stood pretty still. So anyway, I'm going to be scrapbooking these. I think I'm going to kind of arrange them kind of like this, and I'm not going to mat them. And so I'm just going to kind of put them down. And you know how I do this, and then tape right over them. Oh, it's 2014. Maybe I should write that someplace. Okay, I have a little piece of paper here. I'll write it on this. 2014. The foxes were living underneath our neighbor's shed. And throughout the years, we've had coyotes living underneath there. Well, we haven't, but they have. But they're right next to us. So there has been coyotes living underneath there. And also groundhogs. What else have we had?
Rabbits.
I don't think the rabbits have ever lived underneath the shed. Okay, I'm gonna tuck this one. This one here, I actually have like some little thing because I think I had put it on Instagram and then I couldn't find my photo, so it's like I had to get it off there. I know we've had different things underneath there. The day that when the coyotes were underneath there, they looked like dogs to me. They looked kind of like huskies. So it's like, and it's so funny because I thought they were foxes until I actually seen the foxes underneath there because they run differently. Foxes kind of slither when they run off, and the coyotes when they're babies. Now I don't know, I haven't seen a big coyote run away, but the babies kind of ran like dogs. So totally a whole different thing, you know. I want this tucked underneath here because I kind of like to see where he is, and I think I've got him straight. I don't think I've got enough tape on him. I hate to fully commit, you know, so it's like, don't tape him down all the way, Terry. Okay, I think that's good there. And when I bought this collection, I knew that I was going to use it for the foxes. And so it looks like, now these look like 3 of the same size ones. And I think this might have been the mom this might, I don't know, because I think I took pictures of them 2 different days. So I think this might have been one of the babies, this might have been the mom. I don't know, but it was pretty neat that it just came out when I was standing there. And so that was pretty neat to see. So I'm going to use this little wagon wheel, and I'm going to, I guess, have to put glue underneath it since it's so detailed cut by yours truly. And I might not put too much glue on it, but I guess it doesn't matter because you know how this glue is. It's like when it's down, it's down. The Scotch Quick Dry, or what's the other name for it? Scotch Tacky Glue. Yeah, that's its new name. Okay, so I'm going to put that there. And then I have little flowers. I'm going to put a stem there. Is this one I want? I think I would like this one. So it's kind of curved up. So I'm just going to put one of the little leaves here. And I guess I better kind of plan where he's going, because I don't want to miss the spot where he's supposed to be. He or she, I have no idea. But I know one of these foxes had to be a mom because there was 3 babies. They were so beautiful. I only seen them one at a time until the day that they left. And they went running out here and they ran like this. And I thought, oh, that's totally different than when the coyotes took off. Because they kind of almost like, I want to say galloped away. But it's really like, you know, like dogs run. And I would have just thought they would run the same. I guess I never seen a wildlife show with foxes or coyotes. I don't know. Maybe not. Okay, and then I'm just sticking a big flower down here. Since we have this giant fox, I figured there was no point in putting another one there. Well, and there wasn't another one. And where is my tape? Because I might want that. Okay. I think I'm going to put some big tape. The dimensional tape, foam tape. I don't know. What's a good name for it? I'm always calling it dimensional tape, but I don't know if that's really what you call it or not. I don't know what to call it, but I managed to find it when I'm out. So, I've been wanting to scrapbook these for a long time. Before I started recording again, I always scrapbook chronologically, one kid at a time. So it's like to just, you know, pick something is quite exciting, I have to say, because otherwise, you know, you're just scrapbooking the same thing kind of over and over again. The one child, even though, you know, that's kind of nice because that way it's easy to put it into their book. But I don't know, sometimes it's like, you know, you feel uninspired. And I know when I was scrapbooking my second oldest child, not my oldest child, but my second one, I actually started scrapbooking in like 2000 or something like that. And I was remarried, and the lady had told us this was Creative Memories lady, she told us to start with the youngest one. So I started with my stepdaughter, and you know, so that was easy because, you know, by the time that she was 9, I had caught up. And so then it's like, then I went on to my stepson, and it's like I scrapbooked him for probably until he was in high school or something. And then I started my second oldest granddaughter, and I kind of ran into this issue scrapbooking. It's like, maybe I should start scrapbooking my oldest one just so there's something of her, you know. And so I did that, and then my poor second daughter, she just didn't get hardly anything scrapped. So one of these days I'm gonna have to get back on that. And when I first started scrapbooking, I did 8.5 by 11, like I know a lot of people do. And so I still have 8.5 by 11 to do to finish her second book. So I am going to, because I'm not gonna, you know, stop in the middle of it. So I am going to finish that. Okay, and it looks like this flower goes, I think, like this. And I kind of want to fill in that little space there. But I don't really want to cover up the fox, because when I show it to the grandkids, I want them to be able to see his feet or her feet and the toes and everything, so they get to see what it's like, so they're not so uninformed like I was thinking that they were all like dogs, I guess. So anyhow, so one of these days I'm going to alternate in some 8.5 by 11 scrapbooking, because I do need to do something with that kid's scrapbook, because everybody else I've kind of, you know, at least been up to high school with, and I've got her like at age 9 or 10 or something, and just brought it to an end. So I do want to kind of catch up with her. Okay, so there's these little buckets in there. I think they are so cute, so I'm going to use one of those. And one thing nice about these, it's like they had a smaller wheel and then a bigger wheel. They have a smaller bucket and a bigger bucket. I'm going to kind of put that in on the shed. One day, me and my husband was sitting, or I think maybe I was out there by myself. Maybe he came into the house for something. But I was sitting out there, and it sounded like the shed was making this creaky sound. I thought, oh my gosh, it sounds like the shed is just going to collapse. And then all of a sudden the sound stopped, and a bunch of birds flew out. I think it was the birds making the sounds, but it was like, I really thought that shed was going to collapse. Now this was from 2014, so I mean, it just looks like it needs paint here. Now it looks pretty rough. Okay, so there's the other fox, and I'm just going to call it foxes, and I'm trying to decide if I want that here. I guess if I tucked it in close, that looks good. Or I could stick it up here. Maybe I could tuck it in here. My husband's been on vacation, so I've been home all week. I don't even get to have a conference with my buddy who's my second opinion. So he has to do it. Okay, husband, here, because look at, I can tuck it right up in here, and you can still see the foxes.
Yes, mistress.
No, it's Princess, I tell you. Have you guys seen the, what's it called? The something Princess? What's the princess movie that everybody watches? Can't think of what it is.
I don't know, but the famous line is, "As you wish."
Yes, that one. As you wish, princess. That's what I tell him he's supposed to tell me. I keep wanting to call her the fairy princess, but I know that's not it. But my sister and her daughter, they've watched it so many times, they like know all the lines. Okay, and then this has the blues in it, and that's why I used the silver letters, because that was as close as I could get to this bluish gray. But I do have enamel dots that look very much like that, so I'm going to use these. And I'm down to just the medium and the minis, so that's what I am going to use. And hopefully in the next few days, I know I keep saying this, maybe I'm gonna get these ordered because I really want them. I'm gonna stick a couple over here too, or maybe one right there. Every time something falls, I think, oh, is that its resting place? Is that its final resting place? Oh, that might be its final resting place right there. Okay, there we go. I'm good at that. I really like these color coordinated, but once they're just on the cardstock, they are really stuck there. Okay, and I'm gonna stick these up here. And I'm just gonna stick 2 by this one because I've got 3 things there. And this one I actually have 4 things, so I'm gonna stick 3 by this one. Okay, I think that should do it. So I finally got the Fox's scrapbook. I'm excited about that. So I will have close-ups at the end, and I will see you tomorrow. Have a wonderful day. Bye.